Hello students, today we will discuss lesson number 3 from your books Beehive, and the title of the lesson is The Little Girl, and it is written by Catherine Mansfield. This story revolves around a little girl, Kezia. It shows that when children are young, they sometimes feel that their parents don't love them, but gradually as they grow up, they start realizing it that why their parents were so strict. You can also relate this story with your life. Actually, all children feel the same way as the little girl Kezia. Let us start the story. Do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? Perhaps you now understand the reason for some of their actions they used to upset you earlier. This story about a little girl whose feelings for her father change from fear to understanding will probably find an echo in every home. Here the author says that now you can feel your parents better as compared to when you were much younger, because now you can understand the reason for some of their actions, that why your parents were so strict earlier. In this story also, little girl Kezia, whose feelings for her father change from fear to understanding. Earlier she had a great fear from her father, but later on she had an understanding with him, and it happens in every home actually. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. For the little girl Kezia, her father actually was a figure to be feared. Figure to be feared means a person to be feared. As you can see, the story is beginning with the line where there is fear, because she has a fear from her father. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with, "Goodbye, father." What happens every morning? Before leaving for work, her father used to come to her room and gave her a casual kiss, and she gives response to that kiss to say, "Goodbye, father." And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. Carriage means means of conveyance in old times, and fainter means reducing or lesser. She would feel so relaxed when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter, means the noise was becoming or reducing down the long road. It shows that her father is going far away now. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. What happens in the evening? When her father comes back from the office, she used to stand near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. "Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers." As soon as her father comes back from the office, the same loud noise can be heard in the hall. "Bring my tea into the drawing room." He starts shouting as soon as he comes back and asks for different things from her mother or from her. "Kezia," mother would call to her, "if you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots." Now her mother would call her into the hall and ask her to take off her father's boots. Slowly the girl would slip down. Slip down means come down quietly and unwillingly the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. Now she comes to the drawing room unwillingly. She does not want to come there. She does not want to face her father. By that time, he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. Now her father used to wear the spectacles, and the way he used to look at her by wearing the spectacles, it was very terrifying to the little girl. She was horrified as the way her father looked at her through his spectacles. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? Now her father asked her to pull off his boots and take them outside, and he also asked her to be a good girl. Don't know, father. You don't know? If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. Kezia actually never stammers, but whenever her father talks to her, she used to stammer. She said, don't know. She is stammering because she is not confident. Stutter means to stammer, means to have difficulty when you speak. Now her father is also speaking in the same tone. You don't know. He says that if she would stammer like that, her mother would take her to the doctor. She never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up. Given it up means stopped doing it, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. She stammers with her father only because she is scared of him. What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Wretched means unhappy or sad. Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the side. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. Now her father asks her that why are you so unhappy? Why are you so sad? Then he talks to her mother that I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. On the brink of suicide means about to commit suicide. Suicide means is to kill oneself. He says that she seemed so sad or unhappy that she is going to commit suicide. She wants to kill herself. And here Kezia, then he asks Kezia to take his teacup back to the table carefully. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. Now what was Kezia's feeling for her father? He just seemed to her as a giant, as he was very big, his hands and neck, and especially his mouth when he yawned. Whenever she used to think about him, means her father, it was just thinking about a giant. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother, but the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. As you can see in the picture given here at page number 33, that Kezia is standing there near the staircase and her mother is busy in reading something and her father is sleeping there on the sofa by covering his head or face, and you can see his legs are there over the best cushion. Now on Sunday afternoons, Kezia's grandmother used to send her down to the drawing room to talk to her parents. Nice talk means healthy talk should be there between Kezia and her parents, but she always found that her mother was busy in reading something and her father stretched out on the sofa with handkerchief on his face, and he is sleeping there and snoring. Snoring means sound produced by some people while sleeping. Here I would like to suggest all the parents that they should spend time, quality time actually, with their children, because here Kezia was feeling a bit ignoring. No doubt that her parents love her a lot, but it should be shown also that they actually love and care for her. She sat on a stool gravely means seriously, watched him until he woke and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. Now she kept sitting on a stool seriously and watched her parents until Her father woke up and stretched and asked her the time, that what's the time then looked at her. Don't stare so, Kezia, you look like a little brown owl. Kezia's father asked her not to stare him because she looks like a little brown owl. He compares Kezia with an owl. One day, when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pincushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. Now, one day, Kezia did not go to school as she was not feeling well, she had cold, so her grandmother suggested her that her father's birthday was coming next week, so she should make something like a cushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. Laboriously, with a double cotton, the little girl stitched 3 sides, but what to fill in it with? That was a question. The grandmother was out in the garden and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. On the bed table, she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces, and stuffed her case, then sewed up the 4th side. Laboriously means with a load of effort or difficulty. With a double cotton, the little girl stitched 3 sides, means she prepared the bag of the cushion. Now she was thinking about it. Now what is to be filled this bag with? She found that her grandmother was also out in the garden. Now she wandered into means went into by chance. Now she by chance went into her mother's bedroom to look for scraps. Scraps means small pieces of clothes or paper, etc., that are not needed. On the bed table, she discovered, means she found there great many sheets of fine paper. She found heap of sheets there. She gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces, and stuffed her case. Actually, she was a little girl. She did not know the importance of anything actually. She was not able to read them, that what was written there, are they useful or not, or actually scrap or something useful. But she tore them into tiny pieces and stuffed in her case. Then sewed up the 4th side also, and she made a cushion for her father's birthday. That night there was a hue and cry in the house. Hue and cry means angry protest, means there was a shouting in the house. Father's great speech for the Port Authority had been lost. Rooms were searched, servants questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Now we know actually where the speech had gone. It was into the cushion actually. Now her mother came into her room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in our room? Now her mother asked her that, did you see some paper on a table in our room? Oh yes, she said, I tore them up for my surprise. Now here you can see she is so innocent girl that she truly she told everything to her mother. She was not aware of the circumstances, or she was not aware of the consequences. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. Now her mother became very angry and she asked her to come to the dining room at that moment only, and she was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro, hands behind his back. Now she had to face her father. Well, he said sharply. Mother explained. He stopped and stared at the child. Did you do that? No, she whispered. Now again she is stammering. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damned thing. Damned thing here means the cushion. Now it expresses the anger at something. See that the child's put to bed this instant. He becomes very angry at her. Crying too much to explain, she lay in a shadowed room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. She wanted to explain everything to her father, that she has prepared a beautiful gift for his birthday, but she was unable to speak anything because he was very angry at that time. She lay in the shadowed room. As it was dark, there was light outside which was making shadow. And sad little pattern means sad atmosphere. There was sad atmosphere in that room. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. Father came into her room to beat or to give her punishment for tearing the papers. I'm going to beat you for this, he said. Oh, no, no, she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. Bedclothes means, you can see here, the top sheets. It shows that Kezia was so scared of her father that she started hiding herself under the bedclothes. But her father was so angry that he pulled the bed sheets and kept them aside. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out your hands. You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you. But very angrily he ordered Kezia to sit up and hold out her hands. Actually, he wanted to hit Kezia on her hands with the ruler he had in his hands. Actually, he doesn't want to harm Kezia, but he just wanted to teach her a lesson that she should not touch the things which do not belong to her. So here I am ending the first part of the chapter, The Little Girl. In the next video, I will share the second part of the chapter. Thank you so much.